Get paid directly by advertisers. Buy and sell in the Geode Marketplace. Trade coin on the private exchange. And so why smart contracts? Contracts don't take your profit. They don't tell you what to say. They don't come between you and your fans and your customers, and they don't care who you are. Centralized systems can't do that. Geode is not your average crypto. Built by volunteers, run by an awesome decentralized community, no investors, no ICO to get in trouble for later, and actually practical apps. So where did this come from? Geode was started by people who saw what blockchain and crypto could be, how it could empower the individual with apps that take the middleman out of the equation. Geode Mainnet was born on Valentine's Day 2023 and passed 1 million blocks in late April of 2023. But let's talk about those apps. Life and Work is where you register your work history, your education, expertise, good deeds, and intellectual property to the blockchain and let others endorse the authenticity. Profile is where you tell the community about yourself and how people find you on the other apps. Geode Social has all the best features of your favorite social media apps and none of the headaches, with pure feeds that you control, a separate paid feed where advertisers pay you directly for your attention, and powerful search features to find great people to follow. So get in here, hurry! Go to geochain.com where you can access the portal and make an account. Want to really get involved? There are tons of ways to be active in the Geode community. Go to geochain.com and dive into the details. Are you handy with computers? You can start a Geode node of your own. Did I mention we have the best validator and nominator incentives in the industry? You can read all about the roadmap, geek out on the tokenomics, and even enjoy all the 21 delicious pages of our white paper. So go to geochain.com, check it out, and tell a friend.
Okay.
First impression.
Yeah.
I think that the concept is
Welcome to
is really, really smart. It's really good.
Right.
But I think that promoting an account representative to help people walk through, because what if they aren't computer savvy?
Yeah. Right.
What if there's that bridge they need to cross?
Mm-hmm.
So that's my first initial, I don't want to say red flag, but just kind of question mark.
Sure.
Some people might be like, well, I'm not good at computers.
Right.
How do I implement this into my goals?
Yeah. Because you're right, because it shouldn't be any harder than having a Facebook account or a LinkedIn app.
Right.
And I'm wondering if we said that in a video.
Yeah.
It's just as easy, and I'm not sure if this is true, but it's just as easy as setting up your LinkedIn or your Facebook.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And then if somebody, some people aren't even confident with that. It might, again, seem easy to our brains.
Right.
But having maybe a coach or, again, an account representative who can maybe help you walk through the steps and make sure that it's curated and just going to help you in the ways that you're expecting.
Yeah.
So then that way people aren't diving into something, then they get confused.
And then it just turns them off.
Then you're just going to deal with frustrated customers and then, whatever comes from that.
Well, I guess there's no such thing as a customer per se, though. In this thing.
Right.
You're a participant.
Sure.
LinkedIn doesn't have well, I guess you could if you sold stuff there or you sold it, but there's no. Yeah. Anyway.
But if you're trying to generate revenue via social media, so I guess you have different types of people who are going to be interacting with it.
Right.
So, but since this focus is on generating revenue and optimizing certain things, I think just providing that tool would be a good addition.
Okay. What gave you the impression that it wants to generate revenue?
Because in general, if we're looking at these first couple slides,
right?
Work history, good deeds, intellectual property, social private messaging, and then there was also, I would love to listen to it again, but there was a script particularly, talking, what is the purpose, right? We're trying to funnel and make things easier for people, right? Because, again, it is just kind of creating a, I don't know. Okay, so the average Joe thinks of crypto and they think cryptocurrency.
I know. Yeah.
They think cryptocurrency.
There's a few buzzwords that maybe,
That's where my brain went.
Right.
So if I'm thinking of crypto, I'm thinking of blockchain, currency, and all that stuff. That's kind of where my brain first went.
Yeah.
And then you say, investors. Again, another indicator that you want investments into something that you want to grow. That would be money.
Yeah, sure. I gotcha. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So the video, I won't. I'm
No, that's
in video.
perfect. That's really good. That's really good. So, and
Yeah.
it's just for the record. So Amy, who was talking,
Uh-huh.
she's a PhD in mathematics. And she and her husband, well, probably use the wrong term, but cloned the polka dot chain, and then customized it more or less. Used the same algorithms, and then built the apps on top of it. And so
and they could be correct terms. Maybe, I hate to say it, but maybe dumb it down a little bit.
Well, I know, but that's the problem. It was the same thing when all was like, Brad, I don't understand the words coming out of your mouth.
Right.
And so for me, I'm like, that is so dumbed down.
Yeah.
Like, because I'll show you the code that I ran to get these our nodes
Sure.
up. And it's barely English, right? It's just it's code. So, but I guess from a marketing standpoint, somebody wants to feel motivated enough to get in there for some reason. And so I guess what we need to pick up on is, and one thing she mentioned is that advertisers have to pay you, the consumer, would be one thing. And so there could just be one little ad in there.
Or vice versa. You pay advertisers to help promote. So again, you got to remember the different types of people we're applying to, right? Like,
what do you mean you would pay an advertiser?
I pay an SEO specialist or somebody who is a mastermind in like PPC or pay-per-click, So
okay, if you're going to try to sell something on there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like if you talk about partners, if you want to grow a brand or stuff, you have some pretty big names on here, but what if somebody wants to be a partner with you, but then they want to pay somebody to help because they don't have the time, right? Or
I see. Yeah.
It's literally time management, and some people just don't have the time to grind and network and do all that stuff. So.
Yeah.
But keep going on your tangent there, because
because you remember why Bitcoin was invented.
Yes.
Tell me in your own words why it was invented.
Decentralized currency that wasn't controlled by the government and was not able to be taxed.
Oh, the tax part. I hadn't thought of the tax part.
That was some of the big top three.
Yeah.
It was the and then the elimination of the IRS and these just massive untrustworthy organizations that a lot of people have lost trust in, and then creating digital currency was I think so attractive because of it wasn't controlled by somebody. So and it was also safe. When we talk about blockchain, it's fascinating in terms of coding and how diverse and huge it is. It just seemed like such a safe concept that people really loved.
That. Okay, so I heard safe. Did you say the word trust?
People lost trust in
in what though?
In governing agencies, I should say.
Yeah, because why though?
They're losing money.
Yeah. So
primarily.
Yeah. So the word I was looking for is because they're centralized, right? There's a small number of people, individuals, like making all the decisions, and that in my mind that's the problem that
Absolutely.
Bitcoin solved. Okay, but I don't think most people really I think I don't trust the government, but we'll just build your own currency. Then was the solution. Or
I think there was a huge hype about just investments and it being this brand new way to make a bunch of money really quick.
Yeah.
That everybody just poured in their resources into something that they probably didn't really understand what it was.
They just saw the numbers going up just like the stock market.
Yeah, and then they didn't understand they couldn't make a withdrawal on that. There was, again, I told you about my friend who was,
Yeah.
he was one of the the OGs who developed crypto.
Right.
But he couldn't actually withdraw that money because the banks weren't in on it. The IRS is gonna throw up red flags at you
right.
because they want a piece of the pie. And so what he did, you know, he went to Sweden.
You said he cashed out somehow.
He cashed it all out into some precious metals and into
Put
gold
it in a
and
bank or whatever.
gems and so
Wow.
but that was the safe way
Yeah.
because he found a specific country
Right.
that didn't have those regulations in place yet.
It's a trip.
Now they're there. Now you can't do that. It's kind of a international no to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so I guess my next ask then, Michelle, is just to like go in and like just try to set up an account and see how hard it is, and maybe like
Sure.
time yourself or record yourself.
Okay.
Because I just don't know.
Right.
I've been working on like the back end.
Right.
Sophia was trying to do something on the front end.
Okay.
But
I
then
think
it really should be almost as easy as like, hey, you know, like I said, my LinkedIn or my Facebook.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what some of these, because she said, because there's like, you know, your profile is one thing, and then there's a messaging app in there too.
Correct.
It's on blockchain, which is like, I mean, you can sort of see the pluses and minuses to that.
Right.
Because you can't erase it. Oh, did you send it? Yeah, I sent it. Like, can you prove it? Yeah, it's on the blockchain. Or like, oh shit, I sent it. I can't take it back.
Yeah.
So, and then the same with the marketplace, and that's, well, as you said, with it's secure, it's safe, just like Bitcoin. You can't, it's immutable ledger. So
Right, and a lot of my personal experience in website design, I can definitely give you guys some tips
for sure.
here. Right off the bat,
yeah.
you always have to have an about me or about us.
Oh, okay.
So
right.
One of the primary tabs, because like if I'm diving into something, I'm gonna put my time into something. Even on Facebook or something, I'm gonna want an about us. Like, what do we do? Who are we?
It's probably there. It's probably just buried.
And then also, if we're trying to dumb ourselves down, is everybody gonna know what a TOS is?
No. What is it? Terms of service. Oh, yeah.
So, I hate to say it, but you have to spell those things out.
That's true. The first time you did.
Or at least have a drop down. So, like, if a lot of people are used to like hovering your mouse over it,
right,
and then it'll have like a descriptor right below it, or another page that you can click to. And then again, I think all of these tabs are good. What is this? I haven't looked at all these pages yet.
Most of these tokens have a white paper.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah.
And I think there's an about us section in there, but like you said, I think it should be
kind of again. Oops, I got rid of it. Let's see. But I think again, just making it really. Oops, that's not the one I wanted. Sorry. I think make it what people are used to. So if you go here, some of these things should just be a sub button underneath.
Probably,
like, the about us.
Yeah, probably.
And then, maybe not everybody knows what a node is.
So this is kind of early. I think
this is very early.
And this is probably is ready for, because we just moved to the point where there's no, like the super user has been removed.
Right.
And so it's probably ready for a new front end. You're right. Yep.
And then right off the bat, you should have like a get started now.
Well, go back up maybe, because like
use Geode now. Yeah.
Is that?
But I'll click it.
Right.
And we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, let's just see. Yeah, this is going directly into Nerdland.
Yeah. Do you know what platform this website's being hosted on? Is it WordPress, Wix? The actual website host, like that was
right, like
developed
the front end kind of stuff. I don't know the answer to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is cool, but I still, if I was just an average Joe, I'd be a little lost on what I do next.
Right. Yeah. Go under accounts and see what that says. Click on accounts.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're like, hit that for a second. Sort by date. Okay. Because now you don't have any accounts. Okay. So right here, there should be a button here.
Create an account.
Create an account.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. That's very
Absolutely.
good. Thank you.
And then, yeah.
Thank you.
And then also another just like website go-to thing.
Yeah.
If somebody's like, I want out of this, I want to go back to the homepage.
Right.
Every logo that you click on should just go right back to the homepage.
Sure. Yeah.
Or if they scroll down to the very bottom, you can have, they're called a footer.
Mm-hmm.
And you have all the stuff right down there.
Yeah.
That
On every single
page,
yeah.
it should be
Right.
consistent because, again, so many eyes are trained for
Yeah,
that.
totally.
And then again, if you want to talk about like getting paid, it says literally right here, get paid directly by advertisers. So
Should that be clickable? Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. No, you're
Absolutely.
right. It should be. Sure,
Mhm.
should. Okay.
each one of these would be a good
Mm-hmm.
opportunity to have them dive deep
Yeah.
and figure out what the heck. Okay, what are educational milestones?
Right.
I want to know more about that.
Right,
What's
right.
work history?
Yeah.
Okay. And then just have like a create an account now, or maybe just reword.
Just reword
this.
that guy.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
and then have a little section on what's a node. I hate to say it, but you got to really,
Sure.
because some people aren't going to know what that is.
I know.
And then let's see if we click it. Yeah, see, it's a little techie.
It's so techy.
Yeah, which is great for
For
the people who
techies.
understand what it is.
Well, that is sort of the. I mean, that needs to stay techy because.
And it should. And maybe
Yeah.
just at the very top, just have a little descriptor paragraph.
Mm-hmm.
Just being like, this is what we're setting you up for. This is what this is what a note is.
Right.
This is what getting payouts is.
Yeah.
And then just
Just a little description of
little
what about
descriptors, just right at
on
the
that
top.
page because I'm sure it's described elsewhere, but just maybe just
Yeah.
there. Okay.
So you have to think of retention rates.
Yep.
People, their brains
Yeah.
definitely don't have the retention as they used to. Everybody just wants quick information as quick as they can. So, but yeah, again,
That's great. Okay.
yeah, I hope
Well,
that gives a little direction.
No, it's totally good. And if you can figure out how to get an account, that'd be great. I'm not gonna. I don't know where it is,
See,
but
I'm a little lost on that. Yeah, let's see.
and I've got a meeting in 2 minutes. but
Yeah, okay, you're
that's
good.
huge. Thank you.
So,